Dragon Ball has too many Dragon Balls. The Tournament of Power arc in Dragon Ball Super has been by far the best saga or arc in the entire series, including the Moro arc, which I would put right below it. It was pretty entertaining, but the Tournament of Power arc is the only thing from the current anime that I could watch again. Up until that point, the Dragon Ball Super was rather lackluster, and the Goku Black arc was a total mess. But I believe the Tournament of Power arc was good because it had suspense. There was stakes. The reason there were stakes was because the Omni Kings would erase the 7th universe if they lost this tournament. And no Dragon Balls could change that. But, of course, we won in the end and everything was cool. But the thing is, Dragon Ball suffers from having too many Dragon Balls. And just recently in the Granola arc, they revealed another set of Dragon Balls and possibly more sets of Dragon Balls if more Nameks are on other planets. They also, in Dragon Ball Super, revealed the Super Dragon Balls, which I believe to be one of the most ridiculous ideas, just adding more of these magic wish orbs that will grant you any wish whatsoever. The original Dragon Balls were special because there was only one set, and there were a special set of rules for these Dragon Balls. But one of the rules that I feel like they never should have gotten rid of is bringing people back more than once. It really made them have to think about who they were going to kill. Yes, they get a one free ride, one free comeback, one do-over, but that's it. When they went to Planet Namek, they found out that the Namekian Dragon Balls can bring people back as many times as they'd like. And in a way, it was kind of a good idea because they could bring back Chaozu, who had died before. And it's not a terrible plan, I guess, if you want to give Chaozu that extra ticket to come back. But if you're gonna do that, then you have to if you're gonna introduce another set of Dragon Balls from Planet Namek, which was a fantastic arc, they should have destroyed the Dragon Balls completely after that. When Guru died and the Dragon Balls disappeared or turned into stone, they should have written in a way that they couldn't come back. And the Earth Dragon Balls from that point on would continue to be their only source of Dragon Balls. Now, most of the characters at this point had died at least once, except for Gohan and Goku. And it would have been much more suspenseful knowing that a lot of the characters have used their ticket. Chaozu twice. And, Chaozu retiring from main battle after that would make a lot more sense because there's no redo. The problem with Dragon Ball Super right now is it suffers from what they started in Dragon Ball Z. When Dende became the Earth's guardian, he supercharged the Dragon Balls to make them just as good as Planet Namek's Dragon Balls, which it didn't matter because Goku at any time could just instant transmission to Planet Namek, or they could build a ship and go to Planet Namek. That, in my mind, was one of the things as a kid watching the Future Trunks arc really took away from the Future Trunks arc is a movie. The movie is fantastic, and I wouldn't change anything, but the fact is that there's Namekian Dragon Balls in his future. There has to be. They never explained that the planet Namek was destroyed. I've read that they couldn't make it to Namek for some reason, because they couldn't find it or some shit. It doesn't make any sense, because if necessary, they could talk to Goku in the afterlife. He could find it. It took away the suspense in the Future Trunks arc, because why did they never go to space to wish back their friends? The Earth Dragon Balls were much better, in my opinion, when they could only grant one wish, they could only bring you... They were very limited. Now, there's new Dragon Balls in Dragon Ball Super that just recently granted the wish of being the strongest fighter in Universe 7. Or Warrior. Which is freaking ridiculous. Another YouTuber... Saiyan Scholar mentioned that what if you combined wishing to be the strongest warrior in the universe with wishing for immortality? Because the big drawback with wishing to be the strongest is that he only has 3 years left to live. Well, if you wish for immortality first, then wait a year, or if you're lucky enough to have a pair of Dragon Balls that can give you 2 or 3 wishes, which they're very vague on, wait a year, and then wish for your power, and go ahead and offer him all the years of life you need to give me all that power. I have eternal life now. It was a good point. I never even thought of it. The Dragon Balls were much better when they had rules, when they had limitations. I know I see a lot of arguments for the fact that the show is called Dragon Ball, so why can't there be multiple sets of Dragon Balls? Because it takes away from the specialness, for lack of a better word. The original Dragon Balls were something special, and by the time Goku could just instant transmission over the planet and find them all in about a 10-minute adventure with Bulma's radar, it really ruined that sense of adventure, and we knew we were in a new chapter. The Buu arc was rather not suspenseful because they had the Namekian Dragon Balls to assist them. And I believe right at the end they were just like, we can bring back as many people as we want with the Namekian Dragon Balls now because we've upgraded them. Because originally the Namekian Dragon Balls could only bring back one person at a time. So that made another retcon or another advancement into the Namekian Dragon Balls, which made them overpowered, just like the Earth Dragon Balls. Now we have Super Dragon Balls, which I assume can do absolutely anything. If these 2 balls on Granola's planet can give him the strength to be strong, the strongest character in Universe 7, that other than Beerus and Whis and whoever gods are there, is ridiculous. It's undeserved, and that's another thing about Dragon Ball Super, is almost all of the power-ups are undeserved power-ups that don't follow what we learned in early Dragon Ball. You have to earn your power-ups. Like you have to work for them to mean something. That's why Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2's transformations were so amazing and so fulfilling, because we had so many chapters of story building up to this moment. We knew Goku was special back in Dragon Ball before we knew he was an alien. We knew there was something special about him. And when he went Super Saiyan, X amount of chapters into an already established story, it changed everything. And we knew Gohan had some hidden power within him. Something, and they've already introduced Super Saiyan, so why not show that he's got something even more special? Super Saiyan 2, which didn't even have that name when it debuted. It was just Perfected Super Saiyan, or Ascended Super Saiyan. Gohan had something special there, and it was built upon chapter on chapter and training and earning these power-ups, and he was born with this power. Gohan was the chosen one. And now that they've added these Dragon Balls, these minor 2 balls that can give somebody this much power, you're telling me that the Earth and the Namekian Dragon Balls are pretty much limitless. The Super Dragon Balls, like I'd mentioned before, have unlimited power. I don't think they can do anything shy of maybe killing the Omni King. I bet you can't. I'm assuming you can't do that. You can't do anything to the Omni King. But I assume the Super Dragon Balls have more power than those 2 balls from Granola's planet. It's just ridiculous. Dragon Ball has too many Dragon Balls. There needs to be something that reduces the amount of Dragon Balls. Someone needs to go around, they need to invent a villain that's going around and assassinating every Namekian if they have to. That's the only way I can see them getting out of this. Assassinate every Namekian and maybe keep Dende alive, but find a way to reduce the power of those Dragon Balls. Bringing people, there's no suspense. There's no drama. We know in the end if something goes wrong, like when Piccolo died in the Resurrection of F Saga, when he got killed by Frieza, nobody cared. They didn't even show him get wished back. They just, in the next scene after they beat Frieza, Piccolo was back, and they just casually mentioned they wished him back again. I know death doesn't make a great story, but it adds suspense, and it adds a storytelling element that Dragon Ball has been missing for years. And like I said, the Tournament of Power was exciting because the Omni King could erase any universe with a snap of a finger, a push of the button. But that was it. The rest of the whole show was rather lackluster or full of ass-pull power-ups or plot holes or what have you in the Goku Black arc. So that couldn't even have been suspenseful, even though they were in a timeline without Dragon Balls, unless the Namekian Dragon Balls do exist there. We don't even know, to be sure. But Dragon Ball Super needs more suspense like the Tournament of Power. They need somebody who can cause damage or eliminate people that can't be brought back, that can't be repaired by the Dragon Balls. There needs to be a sacrifice. In Dragon Ball GT, when Piccolo died, he could have come back, but it was very sad to see that he decided to stay in the afterlife. And I feel like at least it felt, even though the storytelling in GT was all over the place and it wasn't great, but at least it felt like we lost something. As a kid, it definitely hits hard, but if you look at it as an adult, you're like, man, Piccolo was barely in the show, but they give him that sacrifice. It's better than what they've given him thus far, but I feel like we need someone to pass away in the show and not come back. Dragon Balls can't fix this one. There needs to be some damage that happens that's permanent. There needs to be some permanent change in Dragon Ball. And yes, they need to age these kids up. But yes, this video is about there's too many Dragon Balls in Dragon Ball. Do you agree? Please comment, like, share. I really want to know what the community, the Dragon Ball community, has to say. Please just don't tell me that the show is called Dragon Ball, so there can be as many Dragon Balls as the writer wants there to be. But that seems so pointless. If you really need there to be a big wish, just have Granola or whoever needs said wish to go to one of the planets that already has Dragon Balls. There's a pair of Dragon Balls in Universe 6, at least one. There's the Super Dragon Balls that are spread between Universe 6 and 7. There's now the Granola Dragon Balls, and there's the Earth Dragon Balls, and they're all pretty OP. We need to reduce the amount of Dragon Balls in Dragon Ball. There needs to be suspense. There needs to be drama. Dragon Ball has lost its luster. It's just fights with no soul. We need loss in this show. We need to not know what can happen next. We know that there's going to be a badass fight, but we also know in the back of our minds, well, worst case scenario, if someone survives, they can wish everybody back. That's why when Trunks' universe was erased, that felt like something was lost, but then in an instant, Whis brought it back. I'm Mr. Morfetto, and I'll talk to you later.